Okay, so I'm an off-menu selection here, so it's left as an exercise for the audience whether this is a special or not. So I want to make 3 points. Point number one, a really brief note about status of the Open Process Automation Forum. So I'm pleased to just announce and confirm that we published the final version of the OPAS standard version 1, where the overarching theme of version 1 was interoperability. Just last week, we published the preliminary version 2.0. The overarching theme for 2.0 is configuration portability. And we've also just, I think, published within the past couple of days our configuration conformance certification policy. So we've begun operationalizing the organizational structures, the who's going to do it for standards conformance verification and conformance certification. So that's an important step in our evolution. The big headline on coming attractions is OPAS version 3.0, where the overarching theme there is applications portability. Another key accomplishment in 2019 was our first interoperability workshop, which we did in June, had 15 suppliers bring prototypical products for interoperability testing. So that's point number one about a quick status report on the OPA forum. The second of my 3 points, I want to just make a mention, Harry mentioned it already, about the relationship between the Open Process Automation Initiative and module type package. So we're well aware of what the Namur initiatives on Namur open architecture and module type package. I mean, we have been working very closely with Namur and the German Association of Suppliers, ZVEI, in terms of harmonizing these visions and the work to standardize these technology approaches. So just as evidence of that, we've given, I say we, it's myself, Michael Kraus of BASF, and others have given talks at the last 2 Namur General Assembly meetings that always take place in November in Bad Neuenahr, Germany, about this harmonized vision between where does OPA, MTP, and Namur Open Architecture fit together. So I'm really interested in hearing what Igor is going to share with us today. And my final point, the third point that I want to address is there was 2 questions that were asked in one of the cybersecurity workshops on Monday. And they were important questions, and I want to use this opportunity to address them. The first question came from the floor about what's the relationship between open process automation and the initiative that's going on in the electric power industry that has the banner Open FMB, Open Field Message Bus. So these are complementary activities. We've always said in the OPA work that the communications to the field devices is really, that's the boundary of the OPAS, the OPAS scope, if you will. So any evolutions in terms of communications with field devices, the OPAS standard will co-evolve along with that. So these are not mutually exclusive or incompatible visions, and it is certainly very important for the kind of transformation that we're striving to achieve here to really bring the electric power generation users into the OPA forum vision. And the final point that I want to make is there was a question from the floor on Monday about, well, when are we going to start to see OPA conformant products? And I tried to address that in my closing remarks in the panel this morning. I really encourage you guys to go out in the exhibit area here, talk to the suppliers whose products we, my ExxonMobil team, have incorporated into our proof of concept and prototype, and similarly what's been incorporated into the BASF demonstrator. And you'll start to get some clues about roadmaps from the suppliers that are thinking about bringing forth OPA conformant products. And I'm going to make a simple declarative statement about names of companies that we've already disclosed who are prepared to talk to you about what I've just mentioned. So that is Intel, ABB, Phoenix Contact, and Inductive Automation, just as a beginning answer to that question of when are we going to start to see products. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to our talks today.